Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about how to speed up your manifestation. I'm going to hop into the video, but before I do, make sure you hit the like button and let's get started. So you might have heard the idea of getting into flow and getting into the rhythm of things and using that to speed up your manifestation, and it's something that we discuss a lot on this channel. But today I want to talk a little bit more about that and give you some of my favorite techniques to help you get into flow and to speed up your manifestation. The first thing is to go back to nature and to rely on nature to help you get into flow. So what I mean by this is, if you've ever been to the beach and the ocean air, or just walking along the beach, and afterwards you feel a lot more calm, a lot more at ease, your mood is lifted, you're at a higher vibration, that is exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to be the beach. For some people it's just a walk outside, just kind of getting back into nature and really feeding off of that energy. It always helps to calm you down. It always helps if you have like a lot of stress or a lot of anxiety, because at the root of it, your stress and anxiety typically comes from fear, it comes from overthinking. And when you put yourself in an environment like the beach, or if you're taking a nice walk, it's gonna really help alleviate a lot of that stress and a lot of that anxiety. It's gonna help calm you and center you, and it's going to help raise your vibration so that you are energetically able to manifest faster. And for some people, this can come in the forms of pets. I think it's been scientifically proven that when you're petting your animals, like your dogs or your cats, it actually releases chemicals that make both of you happy and make both of you feel better. So it's similar to that. You can connect with nature in a variety of ways, but these are the more popular ways. One thing that I actually used to do when I was younger is, if it was a cloudy day, I'd like go to the park, just lie down in the grass and just kind of stare at the clouds and watch them move around. I don't recommend this on sunny days because I think it's bad for your eyes. But on cloudy days you can realistically do this. It's always a very calming experience. Okay, Kobe wanted to say hi, I guess. It's almost like a sort of meditation, like a nice form of meditation, walking on the beach or going to the park. My next tip is to practice yoga. It doesn't have to be like a whole hour or a whole 30 minutes. If you can devote even just a few minutes per day, I recommend nighttime. I think nighttime is when most of us are like high stress and we're tired, when we just kind of feel sometimes not our best, because maybe if you've had a long day or a rough day, night can be when you're holding on to the most physical stress and anxiety. And when you're doing that, it can definitely negatively impact your energy and your vibrations. So even if you can just devote a few minutes a night to holding certain yoga poses, lately I've been really into downward dog, just holding that pose for as long as I need. I feel like it really releases so much stress and it really calms my body down and brings me back to like at least a neutral place, but usually higher than that. I'm usually at a high vibe when I come out of it. So if you can devote just a few minutes to this, I would highly recommend. Some people actually like to do yoga meditations as well, and I think that would be another great way to really align your energies and to get into flow and to help you sort of release any kind of blockages that you might have. And the great thing about this is, when you're doing yoga, you tend to breathe very deeply and you tend to breathe very slowly, and that kind of slowing down of the heart rate will really help you get into a very calm state. And from that state, you're able to really focus and manifest and visualize your dreams without the baggages of your negativity, without the baggages of your stress or any kind of negative thoughts that you might have. The next one is connecting with others. I talk a lot about how connections are so important and so vital, because that's truly one of the fundamental things about humans. We are very much social creatures. One of the worst forms of punishment is actually solitary confinement, because we are such social creatures. And some of us, we might think, oh well, no, I'm introverted, I don't like to be around people, I don't like people. But I can guarantee you, if you were to be isolated for long enough, it would really truly negatively impact you. For example, there was a short period of time when I was in college where it was like a summer break or something, and the store that I was working at actually closed down at the same time. So I didn't have work and I didn't have school, and I was just alone all the time. I wouldn't interact with anyone, have any kind of social interactions. And I became so weird and so depressed, but so socially awkward. Like I've forgotten how to be around people. And I would just get so stressed out if I had to do anything, like go to the store or anything like that. But then shortly after that, I started working again. And once I was around people a lot more, I started to feel a lot better, and a lot of that went away. And I was feeling a lot more high vibration than I was before, because it was definitely a low point in my life to not have any kinds of social interactions. So remember, it's so important that you reconnect with your friends and families periodically. And if you don't have any friends, or your family lives really far away, even little things like connections with your animals, your pets, your cats and dogs, those can actually be extremely powerful and very, very important. So take some time to think about the connections in your life, and maybe think about how you can reconnect with the people that you love. Having these interactions and these connections can energize you so much more than you realize, and it can really help you raise your vibrations. But also, on the other hand, most of our opportunities come into our life in the forms of connections, and most of the time we are really too afraid to ask for help. So I go back to the example of when someone has a life-changing event. Maybe they have a child unexpectedly, and then they just pull out all the stops. They will think of all of the possible ways that they need to immediately change their life in a very drastic and powerful way. And at that point, they might actually resort to calling up all their friends and family members and letting them know that they need help, because deep down we kind of always know that there are people we know who can get us to where we want to be, but a lot of the times we're shy and we don't want to contact them, we don't want to ask them for help. So reach out, make your connections, refresh your connections, and don't be afraid to ask for what you want. A lot of the times people want to help you, it's just that you won't ask, and they don't want to help you without you having asked first. I know I felt that way before, where I wanted to help some of my friends and connect them with people who I think might be very beneficial for them, but I don't want to overstep because they never ask. And the last thing I want to address is just a small reminder that your brain can't tell what's actually real and what's not. When you're visualizing, when you're thinking about all of the things that you want, every time you do it and you really fully commit with your emotions and your feelings, your brain will actually think that it's happening, and it will start to really get into the flow of that reality and get into the energies and the vibrations of that reality, and that will magnetize and attract that reality to you and bring it forward in your life. But on the other hand, when you're having negative thoughts or doubts, if you don't think you can achieve something, if you don't believe that you deserve something, again, every time you're having that thought, your brain will take it and accept it as truth. So your thoughts and your feelings are so powerful and so important, and really it's important to practice your thought patterns and your habits and your feelings about yourself. So I just want to leave you with that little reminder. But that's it for today's video. I hope that you found value in this. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this with someone who might also find it to be impactful. And I will see you next time. Bye!